it's clear that there are at least two things that are required for plasticity at all stages of life. One is some degree of focus, right? It just can't be stuff in the room. Can't be classical music playing in the room. You're not going to build a Mozart or even somebody that can play even a fraction of an instrument. But if a kid learns an instrument, they can do it. If an adult really focuses and tries to learn an instrument, they can do it. It's just slower in adulthood in most cases. The other piece that I'm aware of, and tell me if I'm off here, is sleep is required. A lot of the rewiring of neural connections actually occurs during rapid eye movement sleep and deep sleep. You can't just focus and just work infinitum. You need sleep. You need rest for the rewiring to occur. In addition to focus, which requires alertness, right? In addition to focus and periods of sleep for the rewiring to occur, maybe I can, if you have a better word, let me know, but I want to introduce this an element of friction, that there needs to be focus and friction, right? Because with the kid looking at the face, the cartoon face, there's focus, but there's no friction to get there. With friction, like there's some element of self-generated work. Like with the snorkeling, you have to get wet. You have to go under the water. You have to put the mask on. It's kind of weird to breathe through a snorkel the first time you do it. It's kind of uncomfortable. There are a bunch of things that go with it that make that experience so much more enriching in terms of how it rewires the brain. And traumatic events, unfortunately, engage focus and friction. So it meets this requirement. So I'm trying to come up with a table here, and as scientists, we should try and disprove what we're putting up, right? But I feel like what one wants is just enough friction, a lot of focus, and then a period of rest in order for plasticity to occur. So what are your thoughts about needing to work in addition to focus in order to get meaningful, and when I say meaningful, I mean really adaptive plasticity, stuff that makes us smarter, makes us better people, makes us feel more fulfilled. I mean, it's not all about test scores, but a really good life is one in which you feel like the things you're doing have meaning. Mm-hmm. You don't look back on the past year and go, yeah, that was just a bunch of schmooey experiences.
Yeah, I mean, to start on the part you ended on, I mean, I really think reflection on these topics, this is another one that was a big surprise, is that thinking about it later also rewires your brain. Not just the sleeping part when you're clearly thinking about it and turning it over in your mind.
That's a very good point.
But as you're on the way home from the game, as you're planning to drive to the game or the date or the business appointment or whatever it might be, that idea that it's not this, all the learning doesn't happen at this one moment, but there was some preparation that went into it. There was the actual event, which often has the friction you're describing, where there's some engagement and decisions are being made, where there's information being transmitted and information being gained. And then this period of reflection where you're wondering about it, you're thinking about